Hey everybody, welcome to Obscurities and Miniatures, and I finally got a hold of some new Bushido models. Not that I finished painting any of my older ones, mind you, but, well, we're trying to work on it. Anyway, it's been a while and I've had a chance to build some metal figures, so I thought, you know what, I'm kind of whittling my way down through certain things on the table. I figured, why not treat myself and get something new? So I did. So we've got Karu, Ito Koburai, and Ito Haruto. So the Ito family are the snake poison clan dudes, and Karu here is a mercenary Ronin type that can be used with a bunch of other people. We'll start with him. Someday I'm going to get around to actually playing this game. I've got both the original rules and the Risen Sun rules, multiple rule books, tokens. I've got plenty of scenery. I don't know why I've got to talk somebody into playing it. Fogeshikuru. Now, this is kind of interesting. He does have a Zambato. Zambato being big honking blades. They're kind of like anti-cavalry type things. Typical 30mm slot of base. And our friend Karu here consists of, looks like just 2 parts. I could be wrong. Yeah, 2. Now his armor is supposed to be, oh, okay. I'm like, where is the other horn? It's right here attached to his base. The Bushido figures tend to be quite nicely sculpted. I was really impressed with their resin stuff, but the metals have always been quite nice as well. And he's going to go roughly sort of kind of like that. And we'll straighten that out and play with that in a little bit. So let's look at Ito Haruto. Now, my big gripe is the snakes didn't have a lot of interesting looking armored guys. They had just a bunch of like snake people, which is cool in its own right, but I want to, like, you know, armored samurai dudes. I mean, that's what I want when I'm buying, you know, fantasy Japanese themed models. And so in that case, Ito Haruto here does not disappoint. He's got the full face mask. He's got the full set of armor. I know it's super duper zoomed in and there's not a whole lot of interesting stuff to see there. When it's zoomed out, it's a little bit better. And he is actually going to be wielding both of his swords at the same time. Should be kind of neat. And then we have Ito Koburai, who is like the wannabe up-and-coming leader of the clan. He's an expensive model too. Hi. Okay. Again, 30mm base. If you haven't seen those before. Now this guy, I gotta find. I've got the original starter set for the Ito clan, and I think I have everybody but the snake girl with the bow and arrow painted. But he's going to have a very dynamic action pose here. Both his blades out. Okay. I was like, don't tell me I already broke it. That's the one downside to these figures, is they can be very delicate and very fragile. And storing them gets to be a chore. And I have yet to figure out, outside of having to put magnets on those bases somewhere, I don't know how I'd ever go take them out in public, because they're just going to be, I fear for all those short, thin, spindly parts that could so easily be broken. But you know what? We'll figure it out when the time comes. In the meantime, at least they'll keep me company here playing games at home. So, sit tight. We will get these built, and we'll see how they turn out. Alright, I gotta get this show back on the road. Weeks have passed as I've desperately searched for my Ito clan painted models that I can't find, and I know I have them somewhere, but we'll just have to save that for another day. Anyway, here's Karu with his big ol' honkin' blade, and it's an interesting model. I mean, just the posing of it, you can see he's getting ready to take a big swing with this thing, and I like that aspect of it. Photographing it, getting him to cooperate in that regard is going to be a real challenge, much like keeping his horns attached to his helmet. Yeah, once they're on there, but getting that to the point. So you can see he's got kind of a weird pose once he's based. And yeah, that blade is going to get in the way of him going base to base with other models, but, you know, hopefully they're not going to last that long that it's going to be much of an issue. In fact, that seems to be an ongoing issue I'm having with all three of the models that I built. So here is Ito Haruto. And again, not as bad of an issue, but that blade still does stick out. And I don't know what I got on the base there, but we'll deal with that, because we'll get him painted anyways. I haven't painted green samurai armor in a while, so that should be fun. And then Ito Koburai. I really like his pose. Very action-packed, very dynamic, very dangerous to transport. He's going to need some magnets or something to help him get around, because this is just an accident waiting to happen, unfortunately. Especially in my household. But the first of the dual-bladed Ito clan warriors, he's still in one piece wherever I put him. That's saying something. And he's got some crazy friends, like the one guy who's like drawing his blade as he's running and dashing forward on one foot with his big wooden Ghetto sandals. So, I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bit of a worrywart when it comes to these crazy intense poses. But, you know, there's plenty of players of games like that. Infinity comes to mind immediately, of people posed precariously and, you know, still managing to survive. Grabbing some of the other Bushido models that we've got laying around. For some reason, I just grabbed a bunch of Shiho clan stuff. But Karu here at least can hang out with them, so nobody wants to hang out with the dirty poisoner snake people, I guess. And the mountain clan, the Minamoto, that's what it is. I'm like, I know the name and I should remember it, but I'm not. So, you know, size-wise, they're all in weird poses, so I guess it's not the most compatible. They're all kind of crouching down, whereas these guys are all kind of standing up. So, you know, that's kind of an issue, I guess. But, you know, that works well in other ways, because if you're going to start busting out models from other companies, like let's say if you wanted to use some Zenith stuff, I know it's kind of similar to the guy that was on here previously. Here, maybe at least another Bushido model in a crouching position. They're all kind of at the same head level, so that's good to see, since none of them want to stand up. All right. I was going to say, a lot of the current 3D printed stuff out there is going to fit in kind of nicely as well. This is from Kyoshineko. I mean, there's tons of stuff. Saga Minis have some nice ones if you're looking to add models and bolster your forces. If you're like me and just want a colorful variety of samurai models for whatever your game system of choice is, there's definitely a lot of stuff out there, but I think they're going to fit in quite nicely with a lot of the current more fantasy themed and just, you know, cool looking models that are available. So if you've got your samurai of choice and you're not looking to start a new game, I think at least these guys are going to fit in pretty nice and will be a good addition to your gaming table setups or your vast collection of painted minis that don't ever get played. That might be me. But anyway, yeah. If you haven't had a chance to check out Bushido's rules, they're pretty quick, they're pretty easy to learn, and they don't require a ton of stuff, which is always a plus. We'll have a link to GCT Studios' website down below. And hopefully you guys are going to find some there you like just as much as I do. And with that said then, this has been High Lord Tamberlane with Obscurities and Miniatures, saying thanks for watching, and we will see you back here soon. Bye-bye!